real quick. All right, look. Like I said, Sun in Scorpio, Moon in Taurus. This is motherfucking stable secrets. So right now, don't be trying to gain no stability in your life based upon some secrets that you think nobody gonna know. Because 9 times out of 10, you're gonna create a scenario of unbalancedness in your life. And in order to regain some balance, some gonna have to be brought into the surface, or some gonna have to be brought into the deep end. So you're gonna have to pick one. And based upon your desires, both of these might look like something that you're not trying to pick. So that you're not trying to detach from. So you want both of these things. And here's where you get that transformative circumstance where Pluto gonna transform your ass for you. It'll just transform your ass for you. And if you ain't transforming motherfucking Pluto energy for yourself, then you're gonna experience that motherfucking power and control struggles and motherfuckers coming in your life making you feel like you ain't doing the right thing and making you feel like you all chaotic and shit like that. And that's the worst thing. Having somebody who just as dumb as you come into your life making you feel like you don't know what you're doing. Like, what the fuck? Like, hold on. But you will experience that shit. You see what I'm saying? If you ain't getting motherfucking in line. Now look. Also, when we got the Sun in Scorpio and the Moon in Taurus, like I said, everything is going to be backed and supported by stability, being safe. But right now, that looks like Scorpio energy. So it looks like secret. It looks like things that's not being shown. So people want to be safe even with their emotions and shit like that. They don't want to express certain things because it's going to be a sense of vulnerability. So this is everything that... all the shit that we all got to deal with at the moment. We all dealing with this unbalancedness with this full moon. AKA, get your shit together or let somebody know how you feel and let them know that you might not be able to get your shit together right now. So getting over that little bit of vulnerability of someone looking down on you, but you just needing the help at the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, all these kind of energies is going to be participating in the motherfucking air. So make sure you ain't jumping in one of these because it's going to be very easy too. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, that's the stability energy. Right now, for the most part, everybody can look around at their family or their circumstance and situation and see the unstableness in it. And for the most part, if you need help, you're gonna have to feel the necessary need to reach out. But you might not want to. You might not want to do that because the Sun is gonna be a Scorpio. So this is gonna be like that energy of you need help, but you ain't gonna ask for help because that sense of vulnerability or that sense of other motherfuckers looking at you like you're not capable and things of that nature. And that's the worst thing for a motherfucking Scorpio. Worst thing for a motherfucking Scorpio, having a motherfucking group of people around them, making them feel like they need them in some way, shape, or form. Or making other motherfuckers look at them like if they ain't had them in their life, these motherfuckers wouldn't be nothing. A Scorpio would be like, God damn, I would never want nobody to look at me like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody to look at me like they supposed to be in my life because I don't know what I'm doing in some way, shape, or form. A Scorpio will cut a motherfucker off in a second that a motherfucker making them start feel like that. So you gotta keep that in mind also. But we also got the Moon opposing Mercury. So like I said, we got the Sun and motherfucking Mercury opposing goddamn the Moon. So with the Moon being in Taurus, our mentalities, the way we think, the way we communicate, the way we analyze, how we structure, how we look at the instructions, how we read other people, how we formulate conversations and things of that nature, all of that is opposing the goddamn Moon. So right now, we may be reacting and responding in opposite ways of trying to have conversations. We may not be trying to have conversations right now. We may not be really trying to think about others right now. Right now, we're running away from communicating and relating from others. Right now, we're just trying to do what we want to do. We want to react and respond what we want to do. And we're reacting and responding to what makes sense, what's practical. But you could go too far because it's the full moon, which we're going to get into that. But for the most part, with these alignments in general, just experiencing the moon and the moon motherfucker opposing Mercury, we're going to be reacting and responding to what makes us feel comfortable. Fuck how we think. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like thoughts versus emotions. We're going to feel one way, but we're going to think another way. And our thoughts may take over. So keep that in mind also because the Sun is in Scorpio. So anytime we got the Sun in Mercury, it's going to outweigh, it's 2 energies in Taurus. So, 2 energies in Scorpio. So it's going to outweigh Taurus. They're going to jump the little moon and shit like that, even though the moon is exalted. But anytime the moon is exalted, make sure that you don't overexhaust yourself in that energy. Thank you so much for the donation, Alex Little. He says Scorpios are very independent, self-sufficient, and will cut off a motherfucker ASAP. Yeah, for real, very dependent. Ambitious and driven. Yeah, real shit. That's all that Mars and Pluto energy. They take that passion and motivation and they let the anger and aggression transform them. So you tell a Scorpio that they not capable of something or they can't do something, they're gonna transform their life into ways of making you feel like they can do that shit. You know what I'm saying? And no matter how long it takes, too. So you don't want to get on the bad side of a Scorpio because you might have a motherfucking enemy for life. And that's the same way how I was even breaking down power the last time, how I said Tommy might be a Gemini. Tommy might be a motherfucking Scorpio Sun, Gemini moon. You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. Him and Ghost was totally opposite. Even though Amari, he had Capricorn in real life. You know what I'm saying? But in the show, the way things play out, it looks like motherfucking Ghost playing out a Taurus role, and it looked like Tommy is playing out a Scorpio role. Remind you, Tommy always popping up on somebody out of the motherfucking dark and shit like that. And he's super aggressive and shit like that, and he emotional. He don't really think a lot. You know what I'm saying? You just fuck with his emotions and shit like that, shit go crazy. And the thing about it is, he always go through transformative circumstances and shit like that, based upon what he's manifesting because of the emotional state that he's in. Thank you so much for the donation, Gemini Taurus. I like that name. But yeah, Tommy a motherfucking Scorpio, and Ghost Batman. They keep trying to boot me off. Even though Batman is an Aries and Joker is a Scorpio and shit like that, but just in their case, Ghost is Batman. Like, the Ghost story is literally Batman and Bruce Wayne. But here in the show, he a Taurus. You know what I'm saying? And motherfucker Tommy is a goddamn Scorpio in the goddamn show. And that make all the goddamn sense in the goddamn world. Real shit. They totally opposites, but they best friends. And Tommy always need Ghost to be there emotionally, and Ghost can't be there for nobody emotionally. And the only way he can show you that he's there emotionally is by doing shit for you. You know what I'm saying? So he's practical for Tommy. He got a safe haven for his family, security and shit like that. That shit hard. Like, but yeah, we're gonna get back into these alignments. Like I said, we got the Sun in Scorpio, Moon in Taurus. So this is stable motherfucking secrets. Don't be building no stabilities on no motherfucking secrets right now, because they won't last. It's gonna be shaky grounds. Moon opposed Mercury also. This is feelings versus thoughts. So with the motherfucker, somebody said I want to date Tommy and Ghost. Who's this? Star Spirit, beautiful goddess. Fucking around and get killed. Fucking around with those niggas. God, they saying this is a bitch rich town. Hey. You see, they put the motherfucking original song back on that motherfucker. Took Trey songs right off that motherfucker. But yeah. Shit. With the Moon opposing Mercury, like I said, our thoughts is totally opposite towards our feelings. So right now we're gonna think one way and we're gonna feel another way. So keep that in mind. We're going to be real indecisive right now. And depending on if you are a water or fire sign, or if you are air or earth sign, this is what side you're going to take. If you are air or earth sign, you're going to take more of your thoughts. If you are a water or a fire sign, you're going to take more of your feelings. But right now, all of us is experiencing feelings versus thoughts due to the fact that Mercury is opposing the moon right now. And we got Mercury in Scorpio and we got the moon in Taurus. So for the most part, air signs going to have to pay attention to our earth signs, aka the yin version of the yang realm, in order for them to understand how to correlate their external energies a lot better for the most part. And fire signs gonna have to understand the water, the yin version of the yin realm, so they can correlate their feelings a lot better right now. So they don't be releasing everything how they feel without thinking about how it's going to be reacted or responded to, and if it's going to burn down everything in the surroundings. So for the most part, that's what fire signs have to pay attention to. Believe me, I know. So when we're talking about also, we got the moon in conjunct Venus. This is love loss. So right now, love is lost. Love is lost.